Why will a loving God, so loving, create hell and create even Satan in the world?
That's another big question.
To trouble the world.
When he has the power to overcome Satan.
And he has the power to even destroy Satan.
Continue.
Allah said.
Then Allah said,
what prevented you, O Iblis?
Then Allah asked Satan, what prevented you? What prevented you, O Iblis?
That you did not prostrate yourself.
That you did not prostrate yourself
when I commanded you.
When I commanded you. Continue.
Iblis said.
Iblis, that's Satan, told Allah,
I am better than him.
I am better than him.
You created me from fire.
You created me from fire.
And him you created from clay.
And him you created from clay. Continue.
And Iblis said.
Then Satan, Iblis, said,
because you have sent me astray.
So because it's your fault. Because you, God, you've sent me astray.
I will sit in wait against them.
The human being you have created that you are telling me I should bow to. Because you give me time, I will sit in wait for them. Human being.
Yeah.
Yes.
On your straight path.
On your straight path that human being should follow. I will stand against them.
Then I will come to them from before them.
I will come to them from before them.
And behind them.
Behind them.
From their right.
From their right.
And from their left.
From their left.
And you will not find most of them as thankful ones.
You will not find most of them as that means you will disturb human beings. Hey. Most of them cannot even be grateful to you, Allah.
Oh.
Then see what Allah is coming to say. Yes.
They will not be dutiful to you.
They will not even obey your commandments and be dutiful. I will disturb you. Adam was standing there. What has Adam done wrong? Look at what Allah will say.
Allah said to Iblis.
Then Allah said to Iblis,
get out from this paradise.
Answer if you do, I go.
Just like that.
Go. Then you tell me you put me in hell. What have I done to you?
Welcome back. This is going to be explosive. It is going to be explosive. It's a little bit controversial. I mean, the story of the fall of Adam on one side and the part of Lucifer or Satan being chased from heaven. Some say, oh, it is not Satan. Lucifer is Christ. Christ is not Lucifer. Oh, the morning star, the star of the morning. All of those confusion is out there. People at times do not understand the letter. I mean, the way and manner the Bible is written and the thought of the writer. But let us look at this very important. Now, the account you heard is from the Quran. One part of it is from the Quran where they have their own story of how Lucifer or Satan was asked to bow for man. There is a kind of close similarity to the story you find in the Bible or theology. It is all about angels working for human beings. Although it is written in the Bible that the angels have been placed a little bit higher than man. Was it supposed to be that way originally? What exactly? Is it the fall of man that brought about angels being a little bit higher than them? And higher in what sense? Well, let us delve deeper. We'll be listening to Abel Damina. He wants to answer questions. Why should God create hell? Why should God permit Lucifer or Satan to roam around disturbing human beings that have not done him wrong? Is it that God likes challenges? Like, try me. I am your God. Try me. Challenge me. So Lucifer, knowing the ways of God, challenged God and said, okay, you know what? In the case of Job, let us find out. Let us find out if this man will stay steadfast. Is it not because you gave him everything good? In my own case, I wanted this and that. You refused. Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared for this. You also be listening to the other gentleman who has also brought out some verses from the Quran. He said, this is the reason why I don't want to be a Muslim, neither do I want to be a Christian. To him, none of the stories of theology makes any sense. For him to say, yes, I want to be, I want to observe or worship God or Jehovah.
My second question, why after reading the Quran, I didn't accept Islam?
Okay.
It's the fall of man. Let me ask this question before I read the verse. According to Islam, should we bow to a human being?
Hey.
Even human beings.
No.
That's the worst sin that Allah will never forgive you in Islam. Let's read, and I will tell you how Allah dealt with Adam. I won't accept it. Continue.
Quran 7 verse number 11.
Quran chapter 7 verse 11.
And surely
We
created your father Adam.
We created your father Adam.
And then gave you the shape.
And then gave him the shape.
The noble shape of a human being.
Then gave him the shape of a human being.
And then we told the angels.
Then, listen, we told the angels.
Prostrate yourselves to Adam.
Then Allah told the angels they should prostrate, lie down to Adam, according to Islam. Nobody should even do this, bow to a human being.
And they prostrated themselves. Except Iblis. Satan.
The one we call Satan. Do you know why Satan didn't prostrate? No. Satan knows we shouldn't bow to anybody except Allah. Now, as a Muslim, you tell me Allah said do it. Okay, continue.
Allah said.
Then Allah said.
What prevented you, O Iblis?
Then Allah asked Satan. What prevented you? What prevented you, O Iblis?
That you did not prostrate yourself.
That you did not prostrate yourself
when I commanded you.
Continue.
Iblis said.
Iblis, that's Satan, told Allah,
I am better than him.
I am better than him.
You created me from fire.
And
him you created from clay. Allah said. Oh Iblis. Get out from this paradise.
That's all. Hey, that's all. Uncle.
So our concept.
So their concept of Iblis coming to the earth.
Satan, okay. Allah. Let's continue.
It is not for you to be arrogant here.
Get out.
For you are of those humiliated. And disgraced. Iblis said.
Now this is my question. Then Satan said,
allow me respite till the day they are raised up.
Then Satan begged Allah that Allah, please don't destroy me. Give me time. That means to the day of judgment.
That's the day of resurrection. Allah said.
Then Satan has begged for time. Then Allah said, okay, I've given you time.
Iblis said.
Now, Allah has accepted a condition. Now look at what Satan will tell Allah. Continue.
And Iblis said.
Then Iblis said.
Because you have sent me astray.
So because it's your fault. Because you God, you've sent me astray.
I will sit in wait against them.
The human being you have created that you are telling me I should bow to. Because you give me time, I will sit in wait for them. Human being.
Yeah.
Yes.
On your straight path.
On your straight path that human being should follow. I will stand against them.
Then I'll come to them from before them.
And
behind them. From their right.
And from their left.
And you will not find most of them as thankful ones.
You will not find most of them. That means you disturb human beings. Most of them cannot even be grateful to you, Allah. Then see what Allah is coming to say. Yes.
They will not be dutiful to you.
They will not even obey your commandments and be dutiful. I will disturb you. Adam was standing there. What has Adam done wrong? Look at what Allah will say.
Allah said to Iblis.
Then Allah said to Iblis,
get out from this paradise.
That's how if you do, go.
Just like that.
Go. Then you tell me you put me in hell. What have I done to you? This is my question.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Why will a loving God, so loving, create hell and create even Satan in the world?
That's another big question.
To trouble the world.
When he has the power to overcome Satan.
And he has the power to even destroy Satan, put him to an end, so that man can be free. Why wouldn't he do all of that? Well, again, if you read the Bible very carefully, like I said, the Bible is the message of the Christ, which carries with it a soteriology, that is salvation. God created Adam and Eve, the man and the woman in Genesis. And when he created Adam and Eve, he made them free moral agents. If you miss that, you've missed everything. He made them free moral agents. He gave them the ability to choose, because God didn't create robots. The ability to choose, to make choices. But God gives them instructions. Life, death. If you choose life, you will live. If you do not choose life, whatever choice you make will have consequences. But I will advise you to choose life.
Choose life.
And man, because God does not control man's choices, he gave him the freedom. So God exonerated himself from whatever choice man will make and the outcome of that choice. So man chose death. It's not like there was death. The choice of man was the rejection of God's life. And when you reject life, what you have is death. Just like God did not create darkness. Darkness is an absence. Death is an absence. So when God is absent, what you have is death, because God is life. When God's light is absent, what you have is darkness. That's why when light comes, darkness does not resist light, because darkness is not created, light is created. Darkness is the absence of light. So now God created Adam, and Adam made the choice to be without God. So that brought the repercussion. And then in Genesis chapter 3, you see Satan and Adam and Eve discussing, and then that led to that rebellion. Now this is the point. God, therefore, in his mercy, man has made the choice. Man must live with the outcome of his choice. But God loves man. So God, in his love and mercy, steps in to say to man, even though you've messed things up, I still have a plan of redemption. So the Bible tells us that a flaming sword of fire was planted in Eden to point man back to the way of life, which means God provided solution for man's predicament and man's, inability to cure the problem he has created for himself. So then the next question will be, what about Satan? Well, God never created Satan, because in Genesis chapter 1, we have a complete record of what God created. And in verse 31, the Bible says, and God saw everything he has made. Behold, it was very good. And there's no Satan in that list. But we know that God created angels. And the Bible tells us in the book of Jude chapter 1 from verse 4 to 9, that there are angels who left their former estate that are reserved to the chains for the day of judgment. And Lucifer was created by God. But Lucifer and Adam connived, and there was a twist. Lucifer rebelled, gave Adam instructions when Adam should have given Lucifer instructions, and Adam obeyed Lucifer. So there was a swap. That twist is where Satan comes from, because the fall of Adam was the rise of Satan. Lucifer to Satan. That's where Satan came in, because both of them were caught in rebellion. Satan rebelled. Adam permitted Satan to rebel, because angels were created to serve man. Hebrews chapter 1 verse 14. Are all these not ministering spirits sent forth to minister for those who shall be heirs of salvation? So all angels were created to serve man. And if somebody is given to you to serve you, he doesn't instruct you. He takes instructions from you. So that's where the fall came. Now, but so why will God still allow Satan? Because Satan is also a free moral agent. He made his choice. But God allowed him to live out with the outcome of his choice. And that is where the battle began. So since man and Satan connived, then man will have to face Satan. But man doesn't have what it takes to face Satan. But God loves man. So God became a man, so that there is legality to his redemptive work. God became a man on behalf of man and paid the price of freeing man from the dominion of Satan through death. Man died in sin. So if God, who became a man, will free man from the outcome of his rebellion, then God will have to assume the state of man. So Jesus became sin for us who knew no sin. All right. So when he became sin, he died. When he died in death, he destroyed sin. Hebrews 2:14. Seeing then that the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he likewise himself partook of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, which is the devil, and deliver them who all through their lifetime were subject to death, subject to bondage through the fear of death. So today God has freed man from the repercussion of his wrong choices, but still an offer that is subject to man's choice. And if you accept what God has done, you're free from sin and from the dominion of Satan. If you reject, God is not going to force you. He's going to woo you and love you and woo you until the day of his salvation expires. Because there's a day where the salvation plan will expire. And all those who reject God, then God will have to find a place for them to dwell. Because if you don't want him, he can force you to stay with him. So that's why you have hell created for Satan and his angels, not for man. But when man rejects God and accepts Satan's choice, then he will have to go and live with his new leader in his domain.
Welcome back. Now, there are several interpretation, or let us say theological explanation to why God allowed Lucifer to live. Like, why didn't he just put an end to Lucifer? Like, I asked you to bow. And then, poof, Lucifer stops existing. According to theological explanation, God allowed Lucifer to live because it served a greater purpose in his plan, such as allowing humanity to demonstrate free will. The thing about the yin-yang and the good and the bad. God allowed Lucifer. He realized, or he knew ahead, that Lucifer was going to rebel, even though he gave free will. Now, this argument is, these are the major that atheists bring up. They say, oh, he's all-knowing. He knows that Lucifer is going to rebel before he created Lucifer. But he allowed Lucifer to choose if he's going to rebel or not rebel, even though God knows that Lucifer, regardless, will rebel. Because we cannot call him the all-knowing God if he doesn't know that Lucifer will rebel. So God knows that Lucifer will rebel. God knows that Lucifer will not bow. In fact, God knows that Adam and Abel will fall in the garden, because the scripture says he is all-knowing. But regardless, the scripture still states and made it clear that God gave humans and even angels free will to choose. But he knows that you are going to fail. But he has given you an opportunity not to fail, but he knows that you will fail. Can we say God does not know the outcome of the existence of Lucifer? Like he has created Lucifer and he doesn't know the outcome. Or rather, God knows that Lucifer will either fail or pass. Let us put it that way, that God knew that Lucifer will either fail or pass. Now, people will be quick to say, no. That is not the outcome. This is not supposed to be. If you don't know if something will go right or left, it means you do not know. You do not know. So that does not make you God that knows all. Are we going to bring God to the level or space of man that does not know if the outcome of an event will be either A or B? A big question that begs for an answer. So if you are versatile in the scriptures, in the Bible, either you're a Muslim or a Christian, and you want to use logic, tell us you are using logic. If you want to bring verses from the scriptures, drop it in the comment section. God is all-knowing. He knows everything. He knows that Lucifer that he created will not bow to man according to Islamic theology. And according to stories from the Bible, it's the same. Lucifer refused, rejected to bow to the superior. The stories that we got from the Bible is that Lucifer had rebelled in heaven and he left with 1/3 of the angels in rebellion. Some say Lucifer was king on earth and God created Adam to take over from Lucifer. Lucifer got angry. Some even say that there are other beings that existed on earth before the creation of Adam. So many stories here and there. Many people trying to dig deeper, some via revelation, some via logic. But there are questions that human beings cannot answer. And the quickest that Christians do come up with is, do you think you can use your human mind to process this and get it right? You cannot. You are limited. You do not have the scope of it. And if you do not have the scope of it, you cannot. They can as well go to the scriptures and point out certain, they do always go to the scriptures and tell you about a verse that says, how can a creation question the creator? Like he formed you and made you less in this aspect. So what makes you think you can now understand why he, God, knowing the outcome, the omniscience, the omnipresent, is everywhere, he knows it all, and then create Satan? Created the angel called Lucifer to serve purpose with free will. And he knows the outcome, that this Satan that I've created, there is a possibility that he might end up rebellious. If he becomes rebellious, this is what I will serve him. If he does not become rebellious, this is the purpose that he will serve. Can we place it there? That God knows the outcome, and the outcome is either good or bad. Simple as ABC. Like I said, people who do not believe in this might be like, no, that shows that God is not certain and is not all-knowing, that he is supposed to know one possible outcome. So let us proceed further. Now, God's glory through overcoming temptation, demonstrated by giving human being free will, and ultimately leading to a more complete salvation through Christ. That is the pathway. I'll repeat again. God allowed Lucifer to live, to allow humanity demonstrate free will, showing God's glory through overcoming temptation, and ultimately leading to a more complete salvation through Christ. There are people who will not accept this. They will not agree to it. They will say, how can all-knowing God, loving God, allow Lucifer, a creation, same as man? It means that God is not, God is so balanced. It gives people free opportunity. Now, some might be quick to say, no, God has not given anyone free will or free opportunity. He actually allows certain event to create or to filter. Yes, to create a possible or a specific outcome. God designs to get a specific outcome, meaning he knows the end, that maybe 5 million or 50 million or 500 billion people will not make it at the end of the day. And maybe 100 billion will make it at the end of the day. That is the outcome. But he has given you free will. You might choose to. You can work it out. Do it and get answers. I'm sure you must have watched the Squid Game. And if you look at the structure, you look at how things, the game itself, there are possible outcomes, there are certain temptation, all sort of games to show that part of human character, behavior, instinct. Is it that you want to unalive the other person for your own sake, selfishness, greed? You see all of that played there. But there is one man who has a blueprint. There is always going to be one possible outcome or the other. At the end of the day, is it that you lose or you win? This is theology. God's patience, mercy, and grace can be shown more clearly, and believers can become spiritually stronger by resisting temptation and trusting in God. So by allowing Satan to tempt people and cause suffering, this is the explanation. So that man can rely on God's mercy and grace. Now, that might sound difficult to people. They will be like, no. Why should a loving God allow me suffer? I didn't start all of this. You created me. You asked Satan to bow to me. You know Satan will not bow. Or maybe you did not know, but you are all knowing. You've given him free will to either choose to bow or not to bow. He didn't bow. So you allowed him without me committing an offense. Now that's the argument of the guy that read the Quran. That is his own argument. He said, look, how can it be me, man, that have not committed nothing? And you allow Satan. Who then tempted Satan? Did you allow Satan to be tempted? By what? By who? Who knows? It could be that there are certain spirits or energy that were available that Satan could be tempted with. And that spirit is the spirit of disobedience. Pride is also out there for them to be tempted by. Like if angels were given free will, it means that there is an opposite to what is right. So it means they can choose to accept pride, allow pride to dominate them, a spirit or energy called pride, energy called disobedience, energy called greed. And it took over Lucifer. He refused to obey the last order, disobedience. And Lucifer said, well, now that I have it all in me, I will be the force, the energy that will move around space, disturb that human being made of clay, so that you will realize that this your new found love in a proper and improper situation, hot and cold, you will then realize if they will remain dutifully in love respecting you because you are looking at me thinking that I have goofed. Let us see if this that you claim requires obedience or bowing to will do for you what you think they will do. And that's the story of Job, where Job stood the test. God needed that to show to Job, like, look, I've got Job there, a very obedient chap. And when God spoke to Job, there are certain things about the revelation there, what God spoke to Job about. God said a lot of things to Job. And Job was in ignorance in some of the utterances that he made. And God told Job and asked Job certain questions. So what can we say here? The reason why Lucifer was kept alive: 1, to demonstrate free will. 2, to glorify God. 3, strengthening faith and spiritual maturity. And at the end of the day, the last of it, the role of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Very difficult for a lot of people to kind of balance this together. Like, why do God have to go through all of this process? To what end? Why don't you just kick Lucifer out? The question is, kicking Lucifer out, does it stop other angels or angelic being, creation? Does it stop them from disobedience? Does it stop them from disobedience? God kills or eradicates, dissolves, immobilizes Lucifer. And let's say in few minutes or in whatever period of time, another spirit comes up again. Baphomet, another one comes up again. Whatever, Eli, this, El, that, and they are like, oh, I don't think I want to continue to answer to this man. Look at what he did. So, human beings lost their first ability, according to what we know. They lost their first ability. But then, what would be the duty of angels to man? To serve purpose, right? So, human being through Eve, God knew that Eve, that is why the part where Adam in the Bible said, but you're the one that brought the woman to me. Did you bring an imperfect woman? Someone that will come and cause me problem? So, did I ask directly or indirectly? According to the Bible, God observed. And certain theologians will say, after that day, that human being faulted God, Adam faulted God. Whatever you need, you have to ask. He's not giving you anything without you requesting. You have to ask, you have to fight for it, you have to hustle for it, so that at the end of the day, whatever it is that you get or you request for, you will answer to the consequences of it. There are some teachings out there. I don't know what your thoughts are. I know many people are vast in theology. What do you have to say about this explanation of Abel, Damina, and the question asked by that gentleman? What did man do for him to allow devil, the same that he does not want to have in heaven, even though God does not live in heaven, according to the scriptures, unless it is said in that way that the footstool of God is heaven and God does not live in heaven. It could mean the same, that God lives in heaven, lives everywhere. The thing is, if Lucifer, devil, is not allowed in hell and not allowed in heaven, why is his presence on earth? Why is it on earth? Why is it on earth? Allowed to prune human beings, allowed to cause chaos, hardship, problems, trouble, persecuting human beings. Do human beings deserve to be persecuted by Lucifer just because Lucifer threw a challenge or said, yes, I'm moving around from the north, east, west, south, looking for who to tempt, according to the book of Job? Why was he allowed such? Did man commit any error or offense for that to have been allowed? Like I said, what was it that tempted the devil? Like I said, could it be a spirit or energy called pride and disobedience? Available around. If you wish to be part of or allow disobedience coming to you, then you get punished. Like Lucifer, the others did not rebel. They simply bowed to man, according to the Quran. But Lucifer, pride and disobedience came into him. What are your thoughts? Drop your comments.